I really hope that this works out now. This is literally the fifth time I've been trying to record myself for this, so I really hope that this works out now. So hi everyone, my name is Javier and I'm calling all the way from Spain, and these are my 12 points for the Eurovision Song Contest. No, I'm joking. Today I'm going to be talking about my hot topic today. It is going to be standardized language testing, and since I know this is a topic that everybody would love to talk about, I'm going to just be focusing on Spain. So this is an approach to the titulitis in Spain. I don't know if you all have ever heard about this topic or not, but titulitis is what in Spain we like to call to the situation in which we have so many diplomas to certificate or certain level on a certain language, although sometimes this is not really that related or that arguable. So yeah, this is a hot topic to me because standardized tests has been always challenging for examiners slash teachers to see how accurate it is, how good it is to assess, how it is not good to assess. So this is a very interesting debate, I have to say. So in this moment or in this point here, I would like to show you all the situation in Spain and see how the debate can diverge from what we've been learning so far till the situation right now. Okay, so what am I going to be talking about today? First, I'm gonna be giving a very short introduction of what a standardized language test is. I'm gonna be giving some examples of standardized language tests from my perspective as a Spaniard slash European. Of course, these are not presumptions. These are very founded facts that I've been researching on, so don't believe that I've been making this up or anything. And then I'm gonna be showing you all the analysis of the situation in Spain, and I'm gonna be giving some conclusions at the end whether we need standardized tests or not, or how accurate these standardized tests are. Oops, I'm in the middle of there, but still. Okay, introduction. You already read the book, and I totally agree with Professor Kraut that this Brown's and Avery Grandma's quote is the best one to introduce this. But I want you to compare what we've been learning so far with um, these little quotes from Popham from 1989, and it says that a standardized test is a test that is administered and scored in a consistent manner. Standardized tests are designed in such a way that the questions, conditions, scoring procedures are predetermined according to the model. In other words, since to me an image is more important than 1,000 billion words, this is what to me a standardized test is. Let me just go up here a little bit so that you can see it clearer. Alright, so to me a standardized test is basically a huge room where everybody pursues the same purpose of scoring a certain grade to get a diploma or to know the assessment of a certain topic, in this case, languages. As you can see, they are all cut by the same pattern. That is, they all are sitting in the same kind of tables. They are displaced within the same distances. They all may have the same time to do the same activities. And it's basically multiple choices activity A, B, or Z. So as you can see, we have the effects of both perspectives. On the one hand, we have the outer perspective of how it looks like, and then we have the perspective of the student that the only thing that they might be thinking of is just writing SOS, just like help me. So yeah, it is very important or very interesting to analyze the effects of standardized tests from the teacher's perspective and from the student's perspectives, since as you can see this teacher, it is much easier for the teacher to grade these ABCD activities, and you already have the model as we've discussed already. You just have a model, and you just have to determine the scoring, the conditions, and the questions according to that certain model, and it is just much faster and easier for us than reading millions of essays and think how to grade best the essay whatsoever. On the other hand, for the student, I think that this is way more stressful. Like for those who have suffered the situation of being in this kind of environments, you may feel the struggle, right? All right, examples. From my Spanish perspective, we have English, French, German, whatever language you're interested in. I'm going to be focusing on the English one, okay? So, in Europe, University of Cambridge is basically the leading role or the leading enterprise that really carries out all these examinations in English. So we have, depending on the level, according to the European framework of reference, you may want to do one exam or another. I'm just going to skip because I'm running already out of time. And we can just compare that to the Spanish version as well, since we have, I don't know if any of you already have them or not, but we have the DELE diploma. Let me just show you. Diplomas de Español como lengua extranjera, DELE, and we also have the CL, which is the newest version of this DELE kind of exams. And the CLA is already more close, it's just like closer to the TOEFL or IELTS, since the student just goes there, does the exam, and is going to be placed on a certain level. Whereas, as you can see here, for the English version, you already have to choose as a student which level you want to do and already pay that fee, do that exam, and hope for the best to be really placed in that exam, in that level, sorry. So you can really see the divergences between TOEFL, IELTS, PET first certificate within Cambridge University and the DELE and CLE for the Spanish version. Again, effects on both sides. For the student, it is much more difficult to be aware whether he has the level or not, and already the price of the exam and the situation already of being in a room where you're supposed to be with people of your same level, although there are people who have been taking the exams previously because of other situations that we're going to be discussing later on. Okay, so far so good. I hope so. Okay, we have another version, which is the Escuela Oficial de Idiomas, which is much cheaper, but the repercussions of these kind of certifications are not as those from Goethe Institute or DELE or Cambridge University or whatsoever. We still have cheaper options, but still the same standardized tests. Let me just show you. So just in case, I don't know if any of you have already taken any exam, any standardized exam or not, but let me just show you just in case. Let us take as an example the B1 level test for the Cambridge University, which is basically the PET. ABC, reading test. Use of English, A, B, C, D. Listening, A, B, C. In any case, it is always choosing A, B, or C. You don't have to go beyond that. What any student can think of. Am I failing, or is it actually the exam? In other words, is it me learning to pass an exam, or is it me actually wanting to learn the language? This is something that really drives me crazy, and this is basically the major debate, that the ongoing debate on this, one of the ongoing debates on this topic, of course. The situation in Spain, I don't know if you've read this, if you normally read the paper or not, newspapers in Spanish or not, but in El Mundo we have that Rajoy proposes that nobody is going to be finishing a university degree without any good level of English, as if he had one. But still, he suggests that basically Spanish students may have a B2 level, which would be right here, almost proficient. If you are not really providing students with any sort of English courses, if you are already taking for granted that those students have to pay, on the one hand, for the English courses, and then for the exam fee, you're not really suggesting it. You're already making them doing it because it is already a requirement. It is something that it would be very interesting to know your opinion as Americans. I would really love to see that. Spain is now the 28th country according to the EF, Educate English First company. We're behind India and in front of Hong Kong, so maybe this is also something to think or to bear in mind, that maybe because of those students being forced to take standardized tests to finish the university degree, it is making us being more involved in the language learning, and it can also be a sort of advantage if you want to see that. We were not on the 28th position country of English proficiency at all. At all. I tell you. We're the 21st on the 27th country in Europe. So to be a European country, this is bad. I worked already as an examiner, as a teacher, so I'm talking not only on facts that I found online, but also on things that I know on the first hand. And all these students, as you can see in those pictures here, they just came to do exams. That's it. They were never worried about why is it this one or the other. No, they just came to class, and I was just paid as a teacher to print out exams and grade exams. That was it. And of course, I had already my model and my rubrics, so it was all about grading, not even about worried about explaining actual linguistic situations or linguistic knowledges. Does it make sense? Okay. Conclusions. These are the conclusions. Let me show you all. This is the conclusions or the advantages and disadvantages of standardized tests according to Brown and Javier grammar. But I made a little modification here. For me, there are more advantages that for us as teachers, there are of course more job opportunities for us examiners, since there are more people who are forced to do these exams. You are going to have a wider public who are going to be interested in taking English courses or French or German or whatever foreign language courses. But on the other hand, I think that it gives students a very fake results, and like very fake results, sorry, like they raise expectations on students, and they believe that they actually, if they made it to pass the exam, they would believe that they have an intermediate level, although they only knew how to do an exam, not really, they didn't know how to speak or how to write or how to even understand a text. They are just trained to pass an exam. They are not trained to maintain a conversation in the target language. Does it make sense? My suggestions for the future for improvement would be to have more assessment varieties, that is not only focusing on pure multiple choices activities, period. Maybe some performance portfolio based assessment, maybe some more production, some more activities where you would see that the student has to use the language and not really choosing between whether it is A, B, C, or D. And then finally, for jobs or universities or for whatever reason they are doing these sort of courses, to get a paper where it says, congratulations, you have an intermediate level of a certain language, I would encourage them to actually have actual interviews in the target language, so that they can actually see or they can prove on the first hand whether they have that language or not. Does it make sense? I really hope so, because I'm running out of time already, and I would love to talk about this on and on and on. But yeah, I really hope that I am covering all the points, and if you guys have any questions, I would be very happy to answer them. And if we can, I don't know, make a discussion out of this, and we can compare the situation in Spain and in America, I'm good with that. Okay, I am very happy that you enjoyed this. If you did, if you didn't, don't let me know, please. I'm gonna be crying. And yeah, I hope to see you soon. Bye. Adios, Isa.